sun melt my heart 봄의 향기를 담은 그대를 보며 그냥 웃음만 짓게 돼 Don't know what to say
Good morning.
설레임을 주는 걸
This morning, we're headed to Gwanghwamun Square. Yes, you've seen this place many times in K-dramas like Memories of the Alhambra, The King, Eternal Monarch, and so on.
모든 게 새로 느껴져 Something in my heart 네 맘 전하고 싶어 When you ring my valentine
This is Admiral Yi Sun-sin, who's famous in Korean history for his many victories against the Japanese Navy during the Joseon dynasty. In many of his battles, he was outnumbered in fleet, but was able to defeat his enemies through sheer tactical strategy. Another prominent historical figure is King Sejong the Great of the Joseon dynasty, considered to be one of the greatest leaders of Korean history. And you will also notice that these Korean characters are inscribed into the base below his seated statue. This is because King Sejong was instrumental for initiating the creation of the Korean alphabet to promote literacy amongst the common people. In fact, there's a really cool exhibit called The Story of King Sejong below ground which elaborates on this. And here's my chance to recommend 90-Day Korean if you want to figure out how to read the Korean alphabet. It literally takes just a few hours of memorizing by associating Korean characters to pictures. In my travel research of South Korea, I ended up forcing myself to learn them because so many of the menus and signs were in Korean alphabet and not in English. So even though you can actually read the alphabet but not necessarily understand it, you're still halfway there. Am I sponsored? No, I'm not. I just thought they're pretty cool. Anyway, back to the video. Unfortunately, though the exhibit looked really interesting, we didn't get to really look at it as we were trying to see if we could catch the 11 a.m. English tour at GyeongbokGung. All in all, Gwanghwamun Square is a great place to hang out and people watch.
나의 품에 가득 안고 고백할 거야 You will always be my everything to me 근데 스티리리리 봄밤에 som디리디디 스타봄 봄봄에 som디리디디 봄봄봄 Because I'm here to give my heart to you yeah.
School tour or something?
We've been waiting for a love like this
We didn't manage to join the 11 a.m. English tour as there was a crowd clogging up the main entrance, but we did manage to see the short 10-minute show of the gate guards in their colorful costumes. Though I don't understand what's with the weird male voice on the English commentary.
경국대전 병전에 등장하는 단어로 교대 수문장이 근무를 시작하기 전에 광화문을 지킬 군사들의 복장, 병장기, 시원 등을 점검하던 절차입니다.
According to the historical records from the Joseon dynasty, the commander is charged with this employee wrongdoing and leave the entire weapons of the gate guard. When they special needs are ready for issue, they are to read them and deliver to them. Now, the commanders carry out the inspection of the gate guard.
근무를 마친 당직 파수꾼은 종사관의 명을 받고 용문직소로 복합합니다.
结束执行守门军造势民间的领袖，正以往引军退所。
Kimjang
의식 11시 행사를 마치겠습니다.
Guided performances are needed.
돈이 하나 다 나와가지고 부자가 된 것이지 제가 무슨
Since there were so many people in the main entrance taking group photos and school photos, we made our way deeper into the palace grounds. Eventually, the crowds thinned out. I guess renting a hanbok is a cool idea if you like that kind of thing, but I can tell you, it don't look too comfortable since the weather was starting to get warmer. Maybe it's the soy sauce we're smelling. Unfortunately, it's closed. They won't let us in. If you can join the daily English tour that's being offered by the palace, try to. I'm sure it would offer a lot of insight into the architecture and symbolism of the palace, including the events surrounding it. Otherwise, you can check out this page called GyeongmbokGung Unabridged Tour and use this as your walking guide. I wish I knew about this before walking through the palace grounds. Eventually, we made our way towards Bukchon Hanok village. While walking through this interesting neighbourhood, we passed along some places of interest.
When I wake up, I feel cozy, yeah. Can you hold up? Don't need no coffee yet. Got no makeup. How do you look so fine? Bust up, bust up. How did I make you mine? Stay a minute, another minute. Hold on a second, love this moment. Stay a minute, another minute. Hold on a second, I love this moment, yeah.
It was getting pretty warm, and we decided to forego any idea of Korean barbecue and stopped instead at this Italian-style restaurant. Well, look at that, they have Tabasco sauce. Parmesan cheese. While we sipped away at imported tiger beers, we took in the relaxed European-style ambience and that wonderful AC. The food also turned out to be surprisingly good. Now we make our way towards Bukchon Hanok village. And the staircase leading up to this village is supposed to be somewhere here. Again, like Ilwa village, be sure to exercise mindfulness since these are actual homes of residents. Useful tip, you'll know immediately when you approach an Instagrammable area. Just spot the group of people with their phones out. I must say, I don't particularly envy this group of girls, but they are very sporting. After passing what seemed like 20 groups of Instagrammers, we made our way to the main roads and headed towards Ikseon-dong, which is another little neighbourhood of hip restaurants and cafes. Of course, what you see on YouTube and photographs most times never depict the reality of crowds of people thronging the narrow alleys, so we ducked into a Mexican restaurant which we didn't know existed in this area and therefore was a welcome surprise.
Chip said gracias to them and they thought that we wanted glasses.
Hey, at least they served limes with Dos Equis.
Size, Carnitas, cheese. It's quite nice. Is it like chunky? Good. Alright, so let me try this one, the pork one. Carnitas. 2 layers. This must be the salt pond. This is actually a Thai restaurant.
Next door to Ikseon-dong is Insa-dong, which was more spacious than the former and therefore not as claustrophobic.
This is Korean traditional tea biscuit. Very, very delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy for your tummy.
This area houses the Museum Kimchikan, a small museum dedicated to nothing else but kimchi. Other than the simple displays in both Korean and slightly broken English, upstairs there are also recipe books featuring dishes with kimchi and kimchi through the seasons. They also have a dedicated space for teaching anyone interested in learning how to make kimchi. And before you leave, remember to pick up your free kimchi samples.
white cabbage, and stir-fry kimchi.
We made our way to this restaurant called Imun Seolnongtang, apparently the first eatery to register for a restaurant license in Seoul. While our bowls were chocked full of beefy goodies, I could not identify which part or cuts they were.
Is this brisket?
It was also a little difficult to enjoy the hot soup in the slightly stuffy restaurant as there was no AC turned on during these cool months. To be very honest, we still preferred the overall hearty flavor of the Seolnongtang we had at the foot of Namsan Tower. And call me inexperienced, no matter what I added to my bowl tonight, I just couldn't get it to the optimum flavor that I wanted. Ah well. The rest of the video was uneventful. We walked all the way back since we didn't want to ride metros and buses during the weekday sardine hours. We gawked at interesting architecture, stopped by a mart close to the hotel, and closed the night with more fried chicken and unlimited Terra draft beer.
That's 1,600, so 1.6 liter. And you know what that is? That's an anime Jesus.
What?
An anime Jesus. So weird. I don't know. Yeah. I think some things should be left. I don't know.